Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is obviously a hot mess, as you can see, but it's time to declutter. It's just about time for me to do this. I have been extremely busy the past couple of days because of classes. To get rid of these items, you guys, because this is my last year. I'm also moving out of my apartment by July 31st, and I don't want to move out with a lot of stuff. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So the first palette that I have here is by Bad Habit. I don't know if you guys have heard of this brand before, but if you are an OG makeup lover, you would know this brand. And this is a used and abused palette. I absolutely love this palette a lot. And I have panned this palette quite a lot. I do like the formula of this, so I think I'm gonna keep this. However, with that being said, by the end of the year, I do think I wanna use up this palette, so I might be doing a panning video. I'm not quite sure, but this is going to be a keep. The next palette that I have here is from Wet n Wild. It is Broken, and this is the Rosé in the Air palette. Looks like that. Beautiful color story. Absolutely love it. This is one of my faves. I'm going to keep using this until the shimmers are completely finished, because you guys, I have a lot of other palettes that I want to focus on. And with me being in healthcare, I'm just not wearing as much makeup as I used to. I do wear eyeshadow, I will say that, but definitely my lip products and my foundation is where my makeup collection is really struggling. And I have this Divine palette from Bad Habit as well. Beautiful color story. I really have not used this palette very much, but because I do like Bad Habit's formula, I'm going to go ahead and keep this one as well. Then I have my Bad Habit Aphrodite palette. This is another gorgeous palette, a really popular palette, a dupe for the Huda. I don't know which one it is. One of the Huda palettes, but I do like it. As you can see, I have used it a lot. This is also one of those palettes which I would like to focus on this year and see how I feel by the end of the year about this palette. And if I've used a lot more of it, then I'm probably going to, you know, get rid of it. So this is another keep. So far we have 4 keeps. And then I have another Bad Habit palette. This is supposedly the dupe for the Mario palette. I don't remember the exact name. As you can see, I've used and abused this palette a lot, so I will be keeping this. Again, once the shimmer shades are done, I've already almost kind of finished this shimmer shade, but once this and this is done, I'm probably just gonna call it a day. So we have 3 pinky palettes, and I really have been debating about some of them as they look very similar. So this is from You Can Be. I don't know where I got this. I think it was either AliExpress or Amazon. And then I also have the Beauty Creations palette. So you can see they're very, very similar in color story. And I have another palette which I absolutely love and I've used and abused quite a lot, and that is my Makeup Revolution palette. So you can see they're very similar. So I definitely do think I'm gonna say goodbye to one of these. I'm probably not gonna say goodbye to my Makeup Revolution because I do like it, so I am gonna keep that. And I do really think that even though they look similar, they are a little bit different. However, this particular palette is very similar to the Makeup Revolution palette that I showed you. So I think I'm gonna get rid of this You Can Be Pink Violet palette that I got from, you know, what was it? AliExpress. And I'm gonna go ahead and keep my Beauty Creation one. And then I have the Supreme Femme palette from Prism Makeup. I do really like this palette, good quality. I do see a decent amount of fallout here, but it's one of my most used palettes, so I am going to go ahead and keep that one as well. And then my Supreme Seductress, as you can see, I've used this one quite a lot as well, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that. So this one is from Profusion Cosmetics. It's the Infatuation palette. It has been used a decent amount. It is another one of the pinky palettes. It's more of a peachy tone, as you can see. Definitely not something I use on an every single day basis, but I do like Profusion eyeshadow palette, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep that. And then I have the Sienna's palette, which is a beautiful, beautiful palette for the fall time. And I really like these eyeshadows, so it's kind of hard for me to get rid of them. So far, we've only decluttered one palette. Can you believe that? Okay, so then I have my Confidence palette, also from Profusion. I have barely used this palette. This was like a holidays limited edition one. And the more I'm kind of looking at it, I feel like I have a lot of like orangey tones in other palettes. So this might be a declutter. So we're gonna keep this as a maybe and just put it in the middle here, and I'm gonna come back to that one. And then I have a bunch of single eyeshadow, and to be honest with you guys, I'm gonna get rid of all of these. I just briefly want to share with you what they are. There's not a lot, but still a decent amount. I have these ones from e.l.f. They're Smudge Pods, and I think my mom will like them. I don't really use them that much, so just gotta go. Same thing with these jumbo eye pencils from LA Colors. So, you know, these have been with me for a while and I don't use them, and it just has to go. And then let's see, this e.l.f. eyeshadow. Okay, so there's still some left. So that's kind of, I don't even know if you can see it, but it's like this really pretty shimmery color. And then we also have an eyeshadow primer from Santee. It's like a shimmery eyeshadow palette, so maybe it's meant for like glitter eyeshadows. And why is there a random hair that I'm trying to get rid of? And then I also have this NYX Roll-On Shimmer Ball. Let's see what this actually does. Okay, so that's kind of cute, but I just feel like I have not touched them in such a long time. So would I be using them at all? I mean, you know, it just comes down to that. Like, it looks really pretty and cute, and then you're like, am I actually gonna use this? So I'm just gonna go ahead and declutter them. I also have this Bare Minerals eyeshadow puff things. These were presents to me. I just don't use them, so that's a declutter as well. More jumbo eye pencils. This is from NYX. Barely used. I don't even think I've ever used them, so that's also gonna go away. And then this one from e.l.f. It looks like a lipstick, but it's actually like a matte liquid eyeshadow. So it's like this, can you guys even see? So it's this really pretty neutral color, almost like a liquid lipstick. So that's gonna be going away as well. So those were all my single eyeshadows. I'm not keeping any of them. So I do have my, it's my Ray Ray palette, which, as you can see, I have used and abused a lot. I talk about this palette a lot. I do use this palette for traveling a decent amount. I do travel internationally to go see my parents, so I'm gonna be keeping that. So this is what I was talking about. I have this palette from Morphe, which is a gorgeous palette. However, I have this Confidence palette from Profusion. You know, they're very similar, so I'm going to go ahead and keep the Morphe palette, of course, because I do like the formula of it. I know there's controversy around Morphe, but I think, you know, someone else can enjoy the same color story. It just is a great brand, great affordable brand, and I have a lot of makeup and I need to part away with things, guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of that. And then I have another Morphe palette. This is another neutral one. Don't know the name. I think it's like 25B or something. Anyways, that's kind of what that looks like. I use this palette a lot for work or clinicals, whatever you want to call it. So that's a keep. This is another one of those palettes I just am a little conflicted about. So we're going to keep it in the middle because I honestly don't know. It's a gorgeous fall palette. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. But I just don't know right now, you know. This one is going to be a keep as well. This is from Makeup Revolution, one of my most used palettes. Definitely a keep. I honestly have not touched my older Makeup Revolution palettes very much. This one is the neutrals versus neutrals. So I'm going to give this one away as well. So far we have decluttered 3. And then this one is another one that I'm going to just go ahead and give away. This is the Iconic Pro one. This is the dupe for the Lorac palette, I believe. So that's going to go away. And then I have another beautiful matte fall palette. Look at how gorgeous that is. Such a beautiful color story here. Am I getting use out of it though? That's the thing. Sadly, I'm gonna put this in the middle again because I'm conflicted. So yeah, this one obviously I'm getting a lot of use of, so we're gonna keep this one. This one, you can tell I haven't really touched it very much, so I feel like I have a lot of colors like this. Thank you guys. This one just needs to be decluttered. It's very similar to other eyeshadow palettes. Almost all of these colors I can find in other palettes that I have. Okay, a couple more palettes to go here. So I have this one from Makeup Revolution. This one was actually a present which was given to me, guys. And this is the Death by Chocolate palette. I feel like I have one chocolate palette which I do like a lot more, which is this one that I just showed you. So I'm going to keep that one and give away this Death by Chocolate. As you can see, it has not really been used that much, so that's going to be gone. And then I have this Sofax palette from Makeup Revolution as well. Been using this a lot. I do really like this palette, one of my absolute faves. So I'm going to keep this one. And then I have this palette. This is the Athena palette from Bad Habit. Gorgeous, gorgeous color story, guys. But I'm just not wearing colors like this anymore, especially like the purples. I just don't wear them. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one away as well. So far, I don't even know. I like lost track of the count. So we're just going to keep going. And then I have this palette from Essence. Just not using it very much. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to that one as well. Then I have this palette from Folklore. I do really like the color story. I feel like I will definitely play a lot, especially with the warm colors during the fall time if I want to, you know, wear an all matte eyeshadow palette. So definitely keeping that one. And now we're down to some more Makeup Revolution. I love them, but darn it, I just don't have places to wear them, or I just have not been using them. Look at how gorgeous these colors are. They're really, really gorgeous, guys. I don't know if I'm gonna used them, if I haven't been using them that much the past couple of days. So I think we're gonna go ahead and say goodbye to these because I'm just not using them, you know, and they're just sitting here and I have to move out pretty soon, so there's just no point in holding on. And then lastly, this palette from Morphe. I think we're gonna go ahead and say goodbye to this one as well because, yeah, just not using it. Just don't have a lot of places where I can, you know, wear especially these purples and stuff. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say goodbye to that. Okay guys, so the last two palettes, I've already decluttered some other palettes, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, definitely go follow me on there because you will see what other palettes I have decluttered from my collection. So this one is the BYS, I believe, which is an Australian brand, and this is their peach palette, and I really do like this color story. I do think these shimmers are something that I do use a lot, so I'm going to go ahead and keep them. And then I have this palette, which is also by Essence. It's their fall palette, Spice Up Your Life palette. Beautiful fall colors. I do like colors like this, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one as well. Definitely decluttered a decent amount. As you can see, this is all going away, and that is what I'm keeping. And my room is a hot mess, so I don't want to like embarrass myself by showing you guys everything. But thank you so much you all for watching. This is going to take me some time to edit because the clips are really long, but take care and have a good one.